Well, take everyone on holiday to Peru.
With a bear.
With a bear, and get lost in the jungle together. Yeah, I do think that, yes, the solution is, in this day, especially an age where everybody is just buried in their screen all the time, to try to find a way to connect with the people that you love that involves doing something all together and experiencing the same thing at the same time, is one of the best things that you can do to find your way back to each other. And one of those activities is going to the cinema. It's something that I think is coming back now, and I feel that in COVID, there was a moment where it was scary, and you felt like, is going to the cinema going to be something that's become completely, unnecessary after COVID? But it feels more urgent somehow now than ever, and it's so wonderful, therefore, to be in a film that is going to be playing in cinemas all across the world for families to come together and come and watch.
Does Mr. Brown take in everyday life? Well, he tries to avoid it as much as possible. He has risk manuals assessing risk of every eventuality, be it crossing the road or the dangers of paper clips. And in this case, the largest manual he has on his shelf is the risks of going to Peru, of what can happen in Peru. And so when it's suggested that we go there, it really is against all his better instincts or his better judgment to do so, until he's reminded of the fact that if he wants to keep his job, he needs to embrace the risk, because he's got a new punchy boss at work who wants Mr. Brown to enter the 21st century. So he goes off to Peru with the family and has to confront all those. In real life, I find it very challenging to even bend down and do up my shoes.
Well, I know Sally and knew her work in these films so well because I know and love them as everybody else does. So it was a combination of extreme sort of excitement and, anticipation. And I felt so kind of incredibly honored to be asked to carry the baton and receive it from Sally. But I also was very, very nervous, and I thought that really the only hope I stood of being able to do a good job in the film was to just be my own version of Mrs. Brown. I couldn't hope to kind of try to emulate Sally, because I wouldn't do it as well as she did. So I just was my own Mrs. Brown, and I very much relied on the fact that I too am going through a similar thing to Mrs. Brown in my own life, because my children are the same age as the children in the movie. And so I understood what it was like to be a mother of kids who are finding their independence in the world, and how heartbreaking it can be, as well as, exciting, but how you have to kind of, you have to change with them, in a way, and grow with them. So that was my kind of way in.
Yes, whenever I saw this purple-kneed tarantula coming towards me, I'm not afraid of purple-kneed tarantulas, obviously, because I'm a very hard machismo bloke. But I did think of my agent, and that filled me with the fear of God. And so I was able to, therefore, project my agent's face onto the tarantula, and that made me quake with fear.